Here we are with another edition of our keys to success. Today we're going to do gluten-free products, and Dr. Gates is going to be doing most of the talking. I will frame this by saying I have celiac, and so for those of you who know what celiac is, it's an autoimmune response to gluten, and it's an immune response to gluten, which creates an autoimmune problem, which means I can't eat gluten. I don't really eat very many gluten-free products either, unless you count the apple I just got done eating before we did this as a gluten-free product. I know that those gluten-free death by chocolate cakes over there, P.F. Chang's, and some of those gluten-free brownies and rice cakes and gluten-free rice pastas are all very tempting. For some of you, some of those may be good. For most of you, a lot of those probably aren't any good. And Dr. Gates is going to discuss why that is. Is that what you're going to discuss?
Exactly. As all of you know.
We're going to discuss the marketing aspect of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes. We're going to keep this to 5 minutes.
So this is Dr. Rutherford, certified functional medicine practitioner, chiropractor. But some people out there are new to watching.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rutherford. I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner in the state of Nevada.
And a chiropractor. I'm Dr. Randall Gates, board certified chiropractic neurologist, also a chiropractor. So the impetus for these videos, as all of you know, is that we have a lot of people we've treated, and we started hearing stories about how patients were going off their dietary recommendations, and then their symptoms were coming back, and they were coming back to us saying, "Oh, everything's back."
But I'm still gluten-free.
Right. And
I'm eating gluten-free products.
We started to notice that patients were crashing eating gluten-free breads, pasta, cereals, candy bars, granola bars 4.5 years ago. I mean, this was a long time ago that we started to see these associations. And what you need to know is one of the most dangerous areas within the food introduction that all of you have been through our program have been through is the introduction of grains. Grains basically include things like corn, rice. Quinoa is technically a seed, but I'm going to group quinoa in with the grains, oatmeal, oats. And when you start eating those foods again, there's going to be a tendency for your gut bacteria to shift back.
Yeah, if you have for those of you who have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth and or leaky gut, the chances of this being you is significant.
And or you had a weight problem, and or you have diabetes, and or you have an autoimmune disorder. We have found this to be a critical piece of the puzzle, such that now I'm not even introducing grains with our current patients at this point. We've made that decision.
I just found that out.
I will maybe allow them to have something like a dinner out, like a gluten-free pizza once a month, something of that nature. But anything more than that can be really harmful to your overall success. The whole point of this program is for you to have the tools so you can be successful for the rest of your life. That's what we're shooting for. That's why we're doing these videos now. And we had a request from a patient this week saying who is closing or coming up on maintenance, her program's coming to an end. She said, well, I want to know about the gluten-free products. Well, the skinny on the gluten-free products is that the gluten-free market is a huge industry now. 100 million Americans this year are anticipated to go gluten-free. That is 1/3 of our population. So food producers, marketers are really trying to get your attention that, oh, you can be gluten-free and have this delicious cupcake or brownie, as you stated. And you maybe can one time a month, but most of our patients cannot on a regular basis, including yours truly. I had horrible results when I was eating just gluten-free. What we're finding, as I alluded to, is that these gluten-free products frequently are high in sugar. So that's one of the criticisms of going gluten-free.
They're very high.
And we're not only pro-going gluten-free, but free of a lot of other things, because these other grains in the gluten-free products too can also be bad for your gut bacteria, which can lead to your leaky gut syndrome coming back. You're not going to necessarily feel worse immediately. It can take a couple months for this to occur. And the next thing you know, you're gaining weight, your joints are hurting again, your neuropathy is back, you're fatigued, and you say, I'm gluten-free, I don't know what happened. Well, this is what happened. And we have warned you, and you need to be warned again, because we want you to be successful. So that's the skinny on gluten-free products. We're just not for them really any longer. We're finding that garbanzo bean flour, almond flours, coconut flours are generally safe for most of our. Okay, there you go.
No problem.
Perfect.
So there are some,
and
but you have to
search for them. And these products are generally safe. I'm not saying, maybe Joe out there can't have almond flour. Okay, so if we figured that out, you can't have the almond flour. But generalities, those products are generally pretty good. but you have to test it out, and you're going to have to get creative with your baking. Last week we were going to talk about recipes, and we're putting recipes online, but just know that if you react to coconut flour, but you can have almond flour and you can have garbanzo bean flour, you're going to have to get creative in the kitchen to figure out what type of bread you really like. And you're going to have to make it at this point, because very few people are producing these types of goods for you to purchase. I think in 5 years, we're going to have more garbanzo bean flour bread sitting at Whole Foods. I didn't even tell you this, but I have an association with a gal who's opening a restaurant, and I'm going to go to her and let her know that we have, we're seeing about 200 patients a week, or have tabs on that many patients. And if she would be willing to make some products that are grain-free and within the confines of our diet,
we could probably get her started.
She'll probably be expanding to multiple facilities here shortly. So just know we're on this. We got your back on this, and this is just the fact of the matter. And we appreciate all of you watching. If you have any other ideas you want us to cover in the weeks coming up, let us know, and we'll go through them.
Beware the gluten-free products.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you next week.